Hey guys, this is our first podcast, and I don't know what we're talking about.
Second for me.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about development issues within our generation and how that affects, how those long-term effects can really ruin a society.
Sorry. Man.
So really we didn't have anything to talk about today. We honestly just decided to do a podcast because we were running out of time. And this week has been the busiest week of my life.
It's been a nightmare.
And I've canceled on Will like 3 times. And we're supposed to be filming a video.
Culture. Sorry. All right. Yeah. So
basically, we came down and we just decided to do a podcast.
Yeah.
Because why not? It's fun.
Yeah. For sure.
ASMR.
Do you like English breakfast tea?
Oh, yes, I do.
I love it. It tastes delicious. It's good. It's good.
Is that what you're drinking right now?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, English breakfast. You have.
Did you know that I'm a Gryffindor?
No.
That's because I'm actually not.
Okay.
Okay, but actually, I don't know. What's something this week that you learned about productivity in life, and also like what things are productive? I don't know what I'm saying. So like what's worth being productive with, and what's worth just like not trying to be productive with at all.
Okay. What's worth being productive with? I don't know. This is like too deep. I can't even think.
Okay, I don't know.
I know something's for sure.
What?
I
Oh man.
I realize when I don't eat sugar, I get mucus. All right.
Really?
No, it's the other way around. I realize when I eat sugar, I get mucus in my throat. But when I don't eat sugar, I don't have mucus in my throat. And I thought it was dairy all along.
Dang.
But it turns out it was sugar.
Yeah. Okay, that's intense.
It's because when I ate dairy, it had sugar in it normally, probably.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I had multiple cups of coffee this week with milk in them, and I didn't get mucusy, which I thought I would.
Nice. Yeah, for me, it's usually like ice cream. So like, I think like the milk and the ice cream gets me all mucusy in the throat, but
Mucusy?
Yeah, but it doesn't really, like.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and then you gotta wake up and be like,
Oh.
You know what I mean? So, yeah. So far, this podcast has been a success.
Yeah, so far we have some really valuable advice.
Yeah.
For life, living in
Okay, this is
pursuit of happiness.
This is what we can talk about. How a camera like affects how you act and how you talk, and also like right now, like this is like kind of awkward. If we weren't being filmed like or recorded, obviously I would just be like sitting here normal.
I know.
It's like kind of awkward because there's a camera filming us.
Yeah, and part of the whole camera thing and all that is like learning to act normal in front of a camera.
Yeah. Basically.
Even now I'm like learning to act normal in front of a camera and look back at Will, you know.
Yeah, just be like just super normal, you know? Like, you know, I know you, James, and previously, you know, were super agitated in front of a camera, and then
I lost my temper.
There was this dividing line once you hit, you know, episode 30 of your...
Yeah, but we go from point A to point B on that.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
And, you know, it's all about being natural, real. You know, that's what we strive for here.
And more than natural nowadays, you have to go deeper than a natural sense of the camera. You go from natural to organic.
Yes.
What's the underlying organic?
Yes.
You know?
Perfect.
With the organic ability through...
Perfect.
Through the camera rolling, through
it all, really. I mean, that's...
I'm just dwelling on this.
That's...
I'm meditating on this thought process right now and working through it.
Allow me to join you.
Join me.
Okay. Yeah, but actually, like, yeah, it is. John Wayne, the actor, said that it's impossible to act natural in front of a camera. And he was like, you know, obviously did a lot of films and things, and I think for people growing up in today's era, it is easier to act normal in front of a camera.
Yeah,
because you're literally surrounded by cameras. Like, you know, everyone has a camera in their pocket now, you know, so they're constantly filming, taking pictures, things like that. And yes, like, obviously I you know, you still don't act totally natural around a camera, but I think growing up with that more nowadays really does open the door more to, like, you know, seeing how people really act.
And growing up with you too, like, we did home videos all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
We were filmed, like, by our parents. We filmed by each other. We would, you know, so it's like it really is a natural and organic thing almost for us. Sometimes we still have to get into like out of this mood of, like, you know, blah, 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 you know, like acting kind of intellectual, whatever. Even just, you know, acting goofier than we would in front of a camera. Yeah. Because sometimes we do. But, you know, we do act goofy and we act, you know, stupid, and when we have fun. And sometimes we have really intellectual talks. And so it's like finding a balance of not trying, you know, when you don't try and just act like yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
like, we have talks on the couch, you know, that same thing. Or at 12 o'clock at night, we're like both really tired, and we're like, yeah, dude, you know, it's just like, this
just start talking.
Music stinks right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like right now I'm always like, oh, okay, what am I going to say next? But I don't know, so...
Thing like,
whereas normally I probably would have something to say next, but I'm thinking about what I'm going to say next, so I don't know what to say next, even though now this is what I'm saying next.
Yeah. You see, maybe like, so when we were younger, we came up with so many different games. Like, we created games. We, I don't even know. I can remember playing baseball with pillows, and we made up
with what?
Pillows.
Pillows.
We played baseball with pillows and like hit with our hands and put pillows as the bases, and then we created like so many games, like, dude, you know, like in a basket. We used to go in baskets and pretend the hardwood was water.
Yeah, and we like scrunch around and go to our different like harbors. And it was pretty fun. And we like named our ships and stuff. I remember one game we used to have 2 bunk beds in like this pretty big like room, and there were 4 boys in the room. So we would take all the pillows and set them up, like couch pillows and stuff too, and we like set them up on the edge of the bed, and that was like a wall. And then we take all the stuffed animals and we like throw them at each other from literally like 20, 25 feet away, because the room is like pretty long, so like we would just like chuck them at each other and have like a war. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, and we I remember that, and we'd we'd be behind the pillows, and there was this one stuffed animal, especially. He was like, I think his name was Speedy. Jacob will remember this.
Oh, yeah.
Jacob, if you see this video, but I think he still has him, maybe. But he's like this tiny little turtle, but he's filled with like beads, but he was kind of like small and heavy. So he was like, oh, he was so good because you could throw him like directly, you know, and
he was
smack someone in the face, and it almost would end with someone getting hit in the face,
like the eye, or
yeah, or Aubrey would get hit in the face, and she'd be like crying and raging, and
yeah, it was great.
And
he'd like fun. Run across the room and just like start chucking actual pillows at them.
I remember one game too. We made up was we get all the blankets and pillows in the house. I think mainly blankets, and we'd like throw them in a big pile and then just all jump in the blankets and get under them at the bottom.
I remember
and then,
that.
Like, you know, like just have fun. I don't even know. But part of our like, I don't know. We've always been creative as kids. You know, we played Legos, and if anybody remembers Bionicles, we played Bionicles. Yeah. Like since we were kids, like that was our main toy, was like Legos and Bionicles.
Yeah, pretty much
created so many different things.
At least with you and Jacob, pretty much every time, or ever since Bionicle like became a thing, you guys started getting into it pretty much.
Even until we were like
in
14, 15, you know.
Like 2002 or even, or like 3 or something.
We started, that's like when we started.
Yeah. That was like a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. But one thing, because I work with kids right now, and one thing I've definitely learned from working with kids is, yes, it's not fun to be bored, but actually boredom is actually a key ingredient sometimes to creativity.
Yeah.
Like, if you know, if people weren't bored anytime, then like you never have time to like think, you know. Sometimes you just need time to think, and you're never really bored. There's always something to do, you know. No one's ever like literally had nothing to do. Like there's always something to do. Like, so sometimes being bored is just like the thing that reveals what you need to be doing. You know, it's like when you're panning for gold dust and you just like shake it out. Like it brings the things that you should be thinking about or doing to the surface. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like,
that's a good point. Yeah,
being bored is boring, but part of what makes it hard isn't because it's boring. It's because it shows you stuff you need to be doing, and you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. You know what I mean? So, and I mean, it's the same thing with like, you know, it's like necessity is the mother of invention. So, you know, at least for kids, when you're a kid, you don't need to play, but you kind of need to play. You know what I mean? So like you don't know what to do, but you need to play something. So you just like make up your own game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And we were homeschooled too. So that's part of the reason that we were like, you know, always creating, making, doing stuff. We did so many cool things when we were kids. There's just so many memories. We'd play like baseball and football like every day in the yard too. And that's one thing, we were so much more active, it seems like, than other kids.
Yeah, and that's true.
Being outside too sparks creativity, I believe.
Yeah.
And just the nature, like God's nature or something, just coming from God who created nature. So it's like we're in that, you know.
Yeah.
Something definitely about that. I feel like you can be able to have more good ideas, you know.
Yeah.
It's something that me and Will too have realized over the years too, because I write songs, we both write songs, but a lot of people think, oh, I need to work on this idea, you know, and they come up with an idea and they think it's the best idea, you know, or a song or something, and they dwell on that song for years, you know, or whatever, or write a book and try to dwell on that for years. And sometimes that's great, but sometimes a lot of us need to come up with more ideas, like creating, like Bionicles. Like I'd come up with a Bionicle and I'd like it for a little bit, and then I build another one that's better. I like it for a little bit and build another one that's better. I would just keep building different ones and getting better. And same with Legos or whatever. But I went into songwriting almost the same way with I learned from Ed Sheeran, but I also just kept writing over and over and over, creating and being like, okay, this is a song about this subject. All right, so we're back, and what I was saying was Ed Sheeran, used to say you just keep creating songs and writing over and over. That's what I did with songwriting. I just wrote, hundreds of songs and kept, even if I wrote a song about a subject, I would be like, that's the only song I can write about that subject or about that person. But in reality, I wrote several different songs about that person, and I would think, oh, it's only the first song could be the best, but I would just write better songs. So it's like everything you do can be done better. Like the more videos you put out, the better you become, at making videos. Unless you're just doing it in bulk and that's it. You have to focus on becoming better every time. But it comes with time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't know. I think sometimes. I think sometimes, like, just even if you don't know how to swim, just jumping in the water is, a good idea, because you'll, like I said, if you have to swim to survive. So
yeah, that's exactly. But that's funny because Will said that because that's how we were taught to swim.
Really?
In Florida.
I kind of forgot.
This lady threw us in the water.
I blocked that out of my mind. Sorry.
She threw us in the water, and we have to somehow get to the side.
Yeah.
And she'd be there to grab us if we weren't doing anything. But
yeah.
Yeah.
And then didn't we have to wear a full thing of clothes?
Yeah.
And then learn how to swim with all our clothes on?
Yeah, so we learned how to swim, and then we came in one day with jackets, shoes, jeans, all these stuff, and we had to jump in the pool, take all those things off, and then swim to the side.
Yeah.
As 5-6-year-olds.
It was intense, but I mean, it was good. Mm-hmm. It was good training, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm a great swimmer, but I feel really comfortable in the water. I don't feel like, I could drown or anything.
Yeah.
I just think even with this podcast, we literally just started rolling and we didn't know what we were talking about. So, sometimes you just have to start something. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. That's 9 out of 10 times how I do stuff anyway. If through high school writing essays, I would just start writing. I didn't know what I was saying. And then writing songs. Yeah. You just start writing something and you
doesn't have to be good.
Yeah, exactly. If we want to make videos more J Stu or dumb prank videos, even the one we just did that's not the only one we have to make that's like that. I've realized you were saying with songwriting, you can only write about one subject or one person, but a lot of times what I've realized is I'll start writing it about that person kind of, but it'll turn into kind of a different idea. So there's it's always there's different spokes to the wheel,
or it's
there's always something that branches off that you didn't think that would,
Yeah, or it's this happens often when I write, but I'm just writing and I don't think about what I'm writing about, and then I'm finished the song and it sounds like a breakup song, and I'm I'm not even breaking up with anybody, what is this about? And then I realize later, this is about this subject exactly. And this is breaking up with this thing in my life, or making another thing an idol over God or something like that. It's dang, it really, so everything you write comes from you and everything you create comes from you. So it's something that's gone through your mind or something. So something's happening or someone, it's kind of cool how it almost always.
I think as long as you just keep it truthful and real, to yourself and to, whatever, to truth or whatever.
Stay true to yourself. I'm just kidding.
I don't know, but no, I've definitely found that out too. Like, if you try to be like, if you try to write a pop song, it's probably gonna suck. It stink. Sorry. But if you write enough songs that you're writing real music, then you'll probably write a really good pop song at some point. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. Yeah. You can't. I don't know. You just got to be real.
Yeah. So just honestly, just being.
So it's less of like which creative path do you have to do. Like, because I don't know. Recently, I've been trying to figure out how to, which stuff I want to focus on more, like music or different things. But yeah, I mean, you can do a bunch of different things as long as you're always, real with it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Anyway, so
yeah,
it'll still be you, or whatever. So.
Yeah, and we don't mean that as in like, oh, it's all about you.
Yeah.
You're special. You need to do you need to not listen to anyone else. Like, obviously, you need to listen to other people and don't be selfish and self-centered. But a lot of things that you create, God put in you creativity because He created you, and we're created in the likeness of God. So we have creative thoughts that are incredible. Sometimes they're wicked. Our hearts are deceitfully wicked. But He also created a brain that we can create anything. It's so cool.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. Yeah.
Do you have anything else to say?
What? Can you? What? Go ahead. No, go ahead. You can go.
I was just gonna say.
Well,
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah. Yesterday, I actually was.
Well, were you?
With one of my what? No, sorry, no, my bad. Go ahead.
Thank you guys. Do you want to outro us?
Sure. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. Hopefully, it didn't take Jimmy too long to edit this because it's Sunday right now. And thanks for watching. I hope that you feel inspired to go out and try new things and
create something.
Yeah, create something, and
a lot of it.
Let us know what you think in the comments, and thanks for watching and listening. Yeah,
and make sure you like the video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't, and share this video too, because it does help our YouTube channel grow and all that.
Yeah.
So, and thank you guys so much, like Will said. So,
yeah.
See you guys next week for another video, and have a wonderful night.